the Capitol Building. The Capitol Building is the place where the U.S. Congress works. They are the people who make our laws. The Capitol Building sits on a hill commonly called Capitol Hill. It is at the far east end of the National Mall of Monuments in Washington, D.C. In 1790, the Senate and Representatives asked President Washington to build a building where they could all meet and do business. In 1791, President Washington chose the spot where the Capitol Building now stands. The Capitol Building was designed by William Thornton. Construction on the building began in 1793. George Washington laid the cornerstone. In the War of 1812, the British burned the Capitol Building. A sudden rainstorm saved it from being completely destroyed. On the left is a picture of the first Capitol Building, which was finished by 1800. On the right is a picture of the rebuilding of the Capitol Building in 1814. It included 2 wings, and it was finished in 1822. In the middle of the Capitol Building is a rotunda, a 96-foot round room with a dome above it. The dome was added in 1850. It is made of iron and weighs almost 9 million pounds. At the top, inside the dome, is a famous painting. It is 180 feet above the floor. A statue sits on top of the Capitol Building. It is called Freedom. It is 19 feet tall and made of iron. It weighs 15,000 pounds. On the left, you see a picture of the $50 bill. The Capitol Building is pictured on the back of the $50 bill. On the right is a picture of the painting on the ceiling of the dome. The Capitol Building Fact Box. The Capitol Building is a monument to the American people and their government. The Capitol Building is 289 feet tall. The Capitol Building has its own subway to carry members of Congress from their offices to the Capitol Building. In the basement of the Capitol Building are 2 marble bathtubs. These were part of the Senate baths, a place where senators could take baths before meetings during a time when most buildings in Washington, D.C. did not have indoor plumbing. The National Statuary Hall inside the Capitol Building was built in 1864. It contains 100 statues, 2 from each state. 365 steps at the front of the U.S. Capitol Building go from the basement to the top of the dome. The Capitol Building has 540 rooms and 658 windows and 850 doorways. Every year, the Capitol Building is visited by 3 to 5 million people from around the world. On the ground floor is a crypt and tomb. They were designed to bury George Washington. However, he is not buried there. No one is buried there.